Hey, gang. Let's try this again. Okay. Yeah, we know it's on now. All right, good deal. Welcome to the Doggy Traders. We're going to try this again. We just did a whole 25-minute show muted. So hopefully we do a little bit better this time. Let's just get started with the risk disclaimer. Day trading and crypto investing on margin with or without an education can carry a high level of risk. In all cases, past performances never fully guarantee future results. Trading on margin leverage can work for you and against you. Always use sound risk management as well as go into a trade with full and thorough market analysis. This video is for educational purposes only and needs to be combined with your own thorough self education. We at the Doggy Traders welcome and recommend your own use of a financial planner, tax preparer, and other means of education. We additionally welcome all feedback, pushback, comments, and criticisms on educational material and trade ideas provided by the Yerger Group through the Doggy Traders brand or otherwise. We all accrue profits and losses. Just like your profits are yours, so are your losses. And neither the Yerker Group, the Doggy Traders, nor our associates on any level will be responsible for either. We all accept our own risk when trading and investing. This should be done with funds that one can afford to lose in the event of a loss via a trade or investment. Evaluations and or endorsements do not guarantee your or our successes. All right, that is an overlay, not a slide. There we go. Hey, gang, it's Yergs. It's Friday afternoon, now Friday evening. Thanks for hanging around, or thanks for giving us a second shot. One of the technical issues is I hear in my earbuds what is kind of sort of going out, but if over there to my left, the soundboard doesn't have my mic unmuted, you ain't going to hear shit. Even though I may be hearing it as I did for about 25 minutes. So, once we get through all this stuff and learn how to do this a little bit better, this is where you can find us anywhere you want to be at Doggy Traders. Look at the four corners: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Twitch, and then across the bottom, our private group on Telegram, as well as our YouTube channels. That's where we're coming to you live. Any of those, it's our job. I think, some of the coaches that we've got say that we should force or direct everybody to go to right here to our YouTube channel. It's my job to come to you, and that's what we're doing. And then up here, the other two, there we go, TikTok and Instagram, we're on there as well. We just can't stream to that yet. Then what is stored on YouTube is any of these shows that we do live, plus anything that we pre-record and edit for better professionalism. Anywhere you want to be at Doggy Traders, that's where you can get us. Speaking of being able to get us, up next, we're right now in an exploratory thing to see if expanding to YouTube is, or I'm sorry, expanding to television is a viable opportunity. When we decided to just go to the social media, um, like I said, one of my coaches said to just go to YouTube right there. Have everybody direct to go to YouTube, and then you find us all on YouTube. That's nice because what that does is it tracks, like I just saw on the top corner of my monitor here, how many people are watching us at any given time. That is on all the platforms that are watching us right now. However, for subscribers, if you see that there's only X number of subscribers on YouTube, you think we're not doing well. What you don't know is that there's one, two, three, four, five other platforms that we're also broadcasting this to. And we've got just as many subscribers there, especially up there on LinkedIn. There we go. Boom. I would never be a good weatherman. Um, the Doggy Traders has really grown nicely on LinkedIn, and we're still pushing the other platforms, and we want you to follow us there as well. That way, if you get better reception with something else or whatever, wherever you're at, wherever you want to be, that's where we're at. But what we learned is that I think it's our job to come to you, and as such, we broadcast the live shows to all of those platforms, as many as possible. We can go to 8 destinations. So with like Facebook and LinkedIn, or I'm sorry, Facebook and YouTube, we actually go to multiple accounts that we own. That that way you can get us literally wherever you want to be. until we find. Oh, there we go. Come on, bring it back. Oh, okay. Well, we're going to be doing it from the side today because we just killed one battery. So yeah, if it's not one thing, it's another. Really, Jesus H Christ. Um, where was I? Okay, so it's my job to come to you with whatever camera I can use, and that kind of makes us want to get the battery pack that gets stuck up in there and gets plugged in because I don't have to use a battery then. Um, yeah, if you're seeing two bullet holes on the side of my head, I just had moles removed yesterday, and they're supposed to be a little bit, kind of sort of better healed. I guess they're not too worried about it. But yeah, so it's my job to come to you. And so what we're deciding is that by having gone to all of these different platforms and developed um, the broad number of followers and subscribers and connections, depending on what platform, whatever they call it, we think now that maybe we should continue expanding and go to wherever you're at on what's called internet television. And I keep looking to my left because behind this thing is my primary monitor. But internet television, um, and that is Roku, Fire, Apple TV, Android TV, Apple operating system, and Android operating system. So that's six. There's actually more than that. But again, I think it's better for us to find you and then you find us. When you're channel surfing on Roku, you find the Doggy Traders. As such, one of the things we're developing is, hold on a second, where to go here? One of the things we're developing is other channels in addition to the Doggy Traders. Um, the Yerger Group, being the parent company, is also expanding into just talk television. So if you have a podcast, let me get my email thrown across the bottom there. If you have a podcast, hit me up there, and we'll put you on Talk TV 24. It's going to be a channel. It's already is its own YouTube channel, but it's also going to be a channel on those other platforms that we mentioned and a brand by itself. Think of that as the network, and you have a show on that network. And that is a good place for us to share things like ad revenue and just overall cross promotion. The Doggy Traders, we all know about already. That's what we're watching right now. PWC TV is another one. I am in a bunch of very large Facebook groups for our jet skis. In fact, the ski you see on that logo right there, that's actually my ski. It is a 2022 GTX Limited. That's a 300 horsepower ski. That thing moves, and it's of all the three different sizes of GTX, there's 180, 230, and 300, and then there's the 300 Limited, which is what you're seeing on the screen right now. Those other three sizes are like different size Chevy Suburbans. This thing's a Cadillac Escalade. Just total awesome luxury workhorse. And then lastly, we're going to Belize this summer finally to hopefully get another Shea Yergs, our hospitality brand of the Yerger Group. And so think of this one as like the travel channel just for Belize. So BZE is the three-letter airport code for Belize, Philip Goldson International Airport in Belize City. So BZE TV is a good short web domain that will allow us to brand the same thing, the way with the Doggy Traders. It's the same on all platforms, and gives us the opportunity to come to you and share everything about the amazing country that is Belize, Central America. So I'm like paranoid now about the mute button, making sure that's on. We can actually get into today's show, but I got to go back to the Doggy Traders program. There we go. That's the last one that was up there. Some sponsors. Let's definitely talk about this. We want to welcome Aromas by Peter. This is salted caramel and smells amazing. We burn this every time we're in the Doggy Trader studios, and we want to welcome Peter. There'll be a link once I get the right broadcast up. There will be a link in the bottom for you to order your own candles through our. It's just really going to show us just how well we're doing with getting the message out we don't get a kickback from that. Another one that I recommend that we don't get a kickback on is Tim's Custom Computers. That's this thing that you're seeing. Get rid of that for a second. There you go. There you see the fans running. That's that thing that you're seeing right there. That is a machine. And Tim is who did that for us down in Port Richey, Florida. For when I got to take a little bit to the side here, for when you make profits in trading, we definitely recommend Mark Rediger right here in Hudson, Florida. Although he's got nationwide outreach, he can help you make sense of investing. If you've joined us, and we actually had somebody did, a couple months ago when Reggie Romano was in the studio with us, we actually went to the gym. We went to the House of the Mouse, Monster Mouse Fitness. That's here in Bayonet Point, right aside of Hudson. And down in St. Pete is Joe Susi. He's on a vacation right now, I'm sure, because now that we're done with tax season, he's got a little bit more time off and can manage a life. So today, this is going to be so awkward doing it from the side, but want to thank Don Prince for sending us a text message in the last show telling us that there's no sound going out. Now there's no camera going out. That's awesome. So today we're talking about some of the different platforms that we're using or formats that we're using to do the weekly podcast. Most of it is going to be something along the lines, given that, we're the Doggy Traders. Let me put that logo back up. Given that we're the Doggy Traders, it's going to be something along the lines of Forex. However, sometimes there's going to be the inspirational and other informative type videos, and that's what we're going to do today. A little bit with like integrity, telling the truth, being truthful, talking out of one side of your mouth and spitting out the other, shit like that. And that, of course, gives us Fox News. These guys, I've been to campaign events and got home and saw the report done by Fox. Sometimes kind of sort of CNN, but nothing like what Fox does. How they, talk up Republicans that are pathetic or talk down Democrats that, are doing a job. And not every Democrat was awesome. Not every Republican was pathetic, et cetera, et cetera. We're trying to remain some level of neutrality here. But I also am going to call it like I see it. And in this case, how it is. I saw this coming years ago. This was not a sustainable business model for what Fox has now admitted to. This is not the first time they've admitted to this, by the way. Fox News admitted that they are not a news channel during a previous lawsuit. We're going to get to a couple other overlays here. We'll get to it. But I mean, now they've got 787.5 million reasons to admit that they're bullshit. And, with that, there were some casualties at Fox. A former coworker of mine, did I just move that? Yeah, there we go. Former coworker of mine, Dan Bongino, was one of them. As you might know, he's a former Secret Service agent, left during his time on the president's detail, and then turned around and did nothing but motherfuck the Obama administration, which, it's not what we do, and it's not what he should have done. So I'm not happy about any of these firings or terminations or leaving on mutual, whatever the fuck. But the next casualty a couple of days later, of course, as you know, is Tucker Carlson. And, the inspiration for today's talk came from this guy, Chris Cuomo, on his own podcast and YouTube and wherever else channel, asked, and this is, a little bit better, kind of like that one too. Not only the good guns, but I like the shirt. Asked, why do you care? Did Dan and Tucker's losing their job make you feel any better? Did it make you feel any worse? And I think a lot of people that are Fox fans are going to say, yeah, it made them feel worse because they're all standing with Tucker and whatever the hell. But in all actuality, I think we're going to see, because those aren't the only casualties. For other actions, we didn't even, I should have actually added that. I didn't even think of that till just now. Don Lemon from CNN also is a recent termination. And it's just, I think we're going to see a return on some level or effort somehow to some sort of integrity in journalism. Dan Rather tweaked one story and didn't just lose his job, he lost his career. These guys are tweaking stories every time they're on the air. Tucker Carlson went on the record saying, I hate Donald Trump. But you were his bitch boy when it came to spouting his line of crap. You were gladly, put out his rhetoric for somebody that you hate. What type of integrity is that? But what we as viewers need to do is move on. There's nobody to stand with. Dan and Tucker made their bed, and now they're sleeping in it. And as you know, this is not the first time Dan's put his foot in his mouth either. When he first got to when he first got to Fox News, it was right around the time of a bunch of agents from the Secret Service got jammed up with prostitutes in Cartagena, Colombia. And he got on Fox and talked down on all these guys, how bad, because, Fox is all about integrity. We know that. Fox is all about telling the truth. And I was really, oh, wait, okay, whatever. But that's the role he took for Fox News until he found out that his brother was one of the agents. And that made for a rather unique Thanksgiving dinner when they all came home to mom and dad's house or to wherever. But now I think we're going to go back to some sort of level of like here, since we've been on the air, anything we've done when it comes time to either an educational video or inspirational videos where I give you a quote, I tell you who the celebrity was that gave me the quote, or things that we say here as far as market analysis or newsworthy items, we tell you where it came from. I'm not playing to be the expert. I'm doing some level of homework for you. So I think that's going to be a broader approach throughout certain outlets, but also for yourself. Let yourself decide, does this really matter? Does Tucker being fired or being kept or keeping his job really matter? I think if people learned better about how to spell Google, they'd be much more informed because they'd be using it. And now you don't even have to go to google.com. You just type it into your browser and it does it for you. Yet still people are allowing themselves to be spoon-fed with crap from Fox and, frankly, from CNN. Some of the things, it's not near as bad at CNN, but some of the things at CNN are also, politically slanted. At least there's some level of accuracy and integrity. NBC, or CNBC, MSNBC, they're definitely a little farther left, but again, at least it's truthful. Fox was putting out crap about a stolen election that wasn't stolen. Fox is putting out crap about, a rally or whatever they were calling January 6th. That was a coup. Call it what it is. That was a failed attempt to overthrow our democracy, period. And that should be coming from both sides of the political spectrum. I'm glad to see the Republicans like Liz Cheney and for a little bit, for a while, Mitt Romney, that are saying and calling it what it was and what it still is. But we need more of that. For you as viewers, the best I can tell you to do is to eliminate the emotion in it. Take it as fact-finding. And for the next, I don't know how long, I would recommend not taking it from Fox. They've got a house to clean. It looks like that's happening. I'm kind of anxious to see what their upcoming programming looks like because I don't take it as valuable. And I know a lot of other people who are in the know, who are some level of my neighbors here in rural Florida love that channel. And that just goes to show that Donald Trump was right. About 20 or 30 years ago, or 40, longer, he was young in the photo that was used. I think it was an article in People magazine where he said that if he were to ever run for president, he would be a Republican. And I'm paraphrasing, but because Republicans are stupid. That how you want to be known? So take these firings with a grain of salt. I think the bigger thing is what Fox does in the future with their business model and with the daily providing. It's okay to be conservative. That's not my problem. I don't care that you're not a bleeding heart liberal um, or that you are a Bible thumping conservative or Republican. That's not a word I want to use right now. Oddly enough, the family values candidate in Donald Trump and the right wing religious freedom candidate in Donald Trump has cheated on all three of his wives, got one of them pregnant while being married to the other, but while still being married to a previous, and calls religion a sham. What a sham that is exactly what he said. Meanwhile, Joe Biden's Catholic. Okay, so maybe he's not hardline Catholic, and maybe for abortion instead of against it, but at least he's a person of actual faith, as was Barack Obama. And yes, far back as Bill Clinton, but so was George Bush. And my point of that being is you can be conservative without being a dumbass or an asshole. And it's okay to admit that you lost or that you were wrong. Donald Trump, Fox News, Dan Bongino, Tucker Carlson, 4 bad choices. So that's it. End of rant. I got some notes here. Yeah, with when I was at Penn State, a history and political science major, one of my professors said that justice was about getting revenge. And if that's what we need with Tucker Carlson, I mean, really, is that going to make us really feel that better now that he's fired? Chris was saying about how, because he had also been in the media and had also been in a similar situation, everybody wanted to know what he had to say about it. And he's like, why do you care? Is it really going to change your day at all? I still homeschool my son. I still got 2 dogs that are awesome. Still got to go get medication for the bullet wounds here in the side of my head. Um, uh, Before 7 o'clock, I got an hour to make it over to the pharmacy before that closes. So yeah, with or without Tucker Carlson, I really don't lose much sleep. People say, "Oh, he lives rent free in your head." No. Donald Trump, Tucker Carlson, Dan Bongino, and even Chris Cuomo or any of those people couldn't afford the rent in my head. It's not going to happen. And that's what I want to try to give to you is that you can live without these people. You should be, as a voter, should be doing your own homework and not getting it from really, especially right now, anybody in the media. That's not just Fox. That is CNN. That is MSNBC. That is Newsmax. Whatever you want to call that channel. Fox on drugs. Probably. We've got another video for the inspirational side coming up that we're working on. We're still doing the script for that. I'm getting into public speaking, and I've created the 5 R's, the 4 R's that help, the 5th, recovery. That is not necessarily with addiction, but is anytime, you get fired from your job at Fox, for example, first thing to do is retreat. Just get back. We do that in the Secret Service. If I'm taking you out this room and through that door and we get into the next room and something happens, we're coming back in here. Retreat. Then reprieve. Tucker Carlson right now has taken this past week off, I promise you, as has Dan Bongino. Just get away from all of it and allow yourself to reset. Then reassess. Do I want to stay in journalism? I've heard two people say that Tucker Carlson is going to be one of the Republican candidates for president. I don't think there's much of a shot, but when you get to keep the funds that you make, why not, right? And then fourth is return. After you've reassessed, put that plan together. How are you going to come back? Frank Sinatra once says, the ultimate revenge is massive success. And that's an awesome opportunity. One of the consultants that's helped me through my private life career has said that a setback is a setup for a comeback. If you have to retreat, take those steps and return with strength. And that's going to be a whole video that we're going to do in the future. Maybe it'll be part of our podcast. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. See where it fits. But that's it for this week. I think we hit the whole schedule again. This time with sound, which is awesome. So got nobody else checking in, so that's cool. Good deal. All right, everybody. Stay crazy, stay safe, trade crazy, and trade safe. And for that, where was it? Damn it. We're on this side. There's a bunch of things on my dashboard. For this one, we say keep talking. I'm going to try to use the song from Pink Floyd as a theme song if I can get the rights to it. See if David Gilmour loves me or not. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. We'll see you again. Thanks to shout out for Don for letting us know that we were not on the air fully earlier. We'll be back with 2 cameras next week. See you then. Enjoy your weekend.